Hi everybody, long time no see. Um, I hope you guys had a really wonderful Thanksgiving. I feel like it's been a long time since I filmed one of these videos and checked in with you guys, but I really enjoyed just finishing up reading all of your policy papers. And I'm posting grades this evening. I was impressed with the work. It seemed like all of you had an understanding of the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau and its role within the government to protect consumers and its origins coming out of the financial crisis in 2008. So I was impressed with your working knowledge of that, and I think you guys showed it very well in those papers. I can't help but just be amazed by how all of our timed um, the issues that are raised in this class, which as I told you guys was built a couple of years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, keep timing with the current events so perfectly. I don't know if you guys were paying attention to a lot of the news stories around the CFPB, but Richard Cordry, the former director of the CFPB that was appointed under Obama, had resigned and assumed that his, I guess it's the lieutenant director of the CFPB, would step into the role as per the legislation as acting director in his absence until the president could appoint a new director. Yet when this woman who had been the lieutenant director stepped in as acting director in the morning, on a Monday morning, I believe, after a weekend resignation, the president had also sent in Mick Mulvaney, his budget director, to step in as the director, believing that the White House had authority to insert an acting director rather than the leaving director putting in his lieutenant as the acting director. So it created this bit of a clash where both individuals showed up for work and were saying, I'm the acting director, no, I'm the acting director. And it was making all kinds of news because it was just kind of a public interest story. But it's worked its way through the courts. And the courts, as of now, are holding that the president does have authority to make that appointment of the acting director in the interim, and also the later permanent director of the CFPB. And that's causing a lot of concern among some, just given the politics of that, knowing that this was an agency that was created under the Obama-era administration to try to protect consumers from unregulated finance activity, with the stock market crashing and the unethical lending practices in the housing market that really led to the crash of the economy in 2008. This agency was put in place to add additional regulation and accountability, was the hope, and would be an independent entity from the government. Yet they're worried now, many people are worried or concerned that with the president making this appointment, the president does have a political agenda, and the president's been rather clear that he believes that less regulation is good for the economy as a whole, and that we don't need additional regulations on financial institutions, corporations, etc. So I would expect to see that the role of the CFPB is going to become diminished over time under the Trump administration, so you can keep an eye on that and see what happens. But it was interesting recognizing that most of us as social workers say, yeah, we should support this institution. This is trying to protect consumers, and many of those vulnerable consumers are our clients. So be that as it may, it's an issue that's something worth keeping track of right now. But back to our class and your grades. So the grades for the policy paper are up. I want you guys to kind of hold off on looking at the final grades. I'm going to take a look at this over the week. I'm getting a bit scattered between my different classes and trying to get all the grades set so they're exactly what you guys will be seeing, at the end of the term. I don't want you to get worried yet. If you are concerned about your grade in the interim until I say, hey guys, it's up, look at the final grade, feel free to email me or, text me, however you want to get in touch with me. But I'm going to do my best to get those up quickly because I know that you guys do want to see how your final grade's falling out. And I need to adjust some of the weighting of some of those grades in Blackboard, and definitely drop the grade that I promised you guys you could drop. So that's not entered into the calculations as of yet. So hold off on that, but I will send you guys an announcement via Blackboard when those are ready for you to take a look at, and you can feel confident that what you're seeing is what you're actually getting. All right. I hope everyone's doing well and surviving the end of the term. We're almost there. Almost did it. Bye.